All right, so today we are talking about Bluesky. Now, this is a social media platform that actually started as a little project inside of Twitter, but it's grown into something completely different. A huge bet on decentralization, user control, and, well, a totally different kind of online world. Let's get into it. So, let me just start by asking you something. Are you kind of sick of your social media feed feeling like it's in charge of you? Pushing all this stuff at you that you never even asked to see? Well, what if you could just flip that whole script? What if you were the one in charge of your own algorithm? That right there, that's the core promise of Bluesky, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack. So where on earth did such a radical idea come from? Well, to really get Bluesky, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And it all started, maybe a little surprisingly, inside the very walls of the company it now competes with, Twitter. And here it is. This is the tweet that started it all. December 11th, 2019, the CEO of Twitter at the time, Jack Dorsey, he announces this new thing. What's so wild about this is the original vision. It wasn't just about building some new app. It was about creating a totally new open standard, one that even Twitter itself could one day just plug right into. But why? Why did he think this was so important? Well, you have to remember at the time, the big social media platforms were stuck. They were caught in what a lot of people were calling a crisis of content moderation. They were getting slammed for censoring free speech, but at the very same time, they were getting hammered for not doing enough to stop hate speech and misinformation. The thinking was, maybe a decentralized system could be the way out of this mess. And this timeline here, it really shows you how that little idea grew up. It starts in 2019, just a research project inside Twitter. Then by 2021, it spins off and becomes its own company, Bluesky Social. And then, the big one, 2022. Elon Musk buys Twitter, and just like that, all the financial and legal ties are completely cut. Bluesky was officially on its own. And becoming independent was absolutely crucial because at its core, Bluesky is just built on a totally different philosophy than all the platforms that came before it. So let's break down what makes it so different. Okay, so the engine running under the hood of Bluesky is something called the AT protocol. Now, don't worry about the technical name. The big idea here is that it's an open framework. So instead of all your data and your online identity being locked away in one company's server room, the AT protocol is designed to make it all portable. It puts the control back where it belongs, with you. This chart makes the whole thing crystal clear. On one side, you've got the old centralized model, think X, where the company controls your data, gives you one master algorithm, and handles all the moderation from the top down. It's a walled garden, basically. On the other side, you have Bluesky's model. Here, you control your data, you can pick from a whole marketplace of algorithms, and you manage your own moderation. So what does a marketplace of algorithms actually feel like to use? This is the perfect way to think about it. It's like you get to create your own completely custom TV guide. Instead of just having to watch whatever the network executives decided you should watch, you get to pick and choose exactly what you want to see. You're holding the remote. And you know what? This idea of user control, it really resonated with people. Because what started as this small invite-only thing quickly went from a tiny trickle into an absolute flood. Let's just trace that path for a second. The platform launches super quietly. It's an invite-only beta in February 2023. By September, even while it was still exclusive, it hits its first million users. Then, February 2024 hits, the doors open to the public, and that's when the whole game just changed completely. Just look at that number. By November 2024, Bluesky had exploded past 20 million users. That means it tripled its user base in just 3 months. That's some pretty staggering growth. So what was driving these massive spikes? Well, the data shows a really clear pattern. A huge wave of users came over after some policy changes at its main rival, X. But the biggest surge of all, you can see it right there on the chart, came right after the US presidential election in November 2024. At that point, the platform was growing by nearly 1 million new users every single day. Okay, so millions and millions of people signed up. But what did they actually find when they got there? Well, it all comes back to this one simple idea. Your feed, your rules. And here's exactly how Bluesky makes good on that promise. You've got those custom feeds from the marketplace of algorithms we talked about. You can subscribe to moderation lists made by other users to filter out stuff you don't want to see. You can even use your own website domain as your username, which is a pretty cool way to verify yourself. Then you add in things like starter packs to follow whole communities with one click and tools to shut down toxic conversations. And you've got a platform that's really built around you. But, whenever you have a brand new model like this, a big debate comes with it. And it's one that's still playing out right now. Is this customizable, decentralized world a social media utopia? Or is it maybe something else? On the one hand, you see these glowing reviews, like this one from Tech Radar, calling it the most exciting place on social media. The people who love it praise the powerful moderation tools, the custom feeds, and just this general feeling of a fresh start, away from all the noise on other platforms. But then there's the other side of the coin. There's this criticism that the platform has become a left-wing bubble. In fact, a Pew Research Center analysis found that its user base did lean heavily to the left. So the big question becomes, does this kind of user-curated world accidentally lead to echo chambers where nobody hears a different point of view? Now, underneath all of this is Bluesky's very deliberate choice to be a benefit corporation. What that means is that by law, the company has to think about more than just making money for its shareholders. They have to consider their impact on society, on their workers, on the environment. It's a mission that's literally baked into their legal code. And that mission has a direct effect on their business model. The company has gone on record promising not to, and this is their word, shitify the network with ads. So instead of their money coming from advertising, the plan is to build optional paid services, things like custom domain hosting, to keep the lights on. So this all brings us to the final, really critical question that Bluesky makes us all think about. This platform is a bet on a very different vision for the internet. So what do you think? Is the future of our online lives going to be one giant, chaotic public square for everyone? Or is it going to be a massive network of thousands, even millions, of smaller, self-governing communities? Bluesky is betting hard on that second option. And only time will tell if that's the new sky we're all about to fly into.